Okay, well, good morning. I am in Hessel and just starting my day. Got my coffee brewing or dripping, I guess. Brewing. Is it still brewing if it's dripping? Today I am traveling further. I'm going to go to Detour. So I was planning to go to Cedarville, which is only 45 minutes, but it would just make the next day shorter. And I'd get to see it. It looks like a cool kind of channel. And that would have been nice to go through. But as it turns out, the channel is low water level, and then the Cedarville Marina is lower water level, probably around 5 feet. And it can get weedy in there. Yeah, I don't bring my boat through an incredibly weedy, shallow area. Risk of bottoming out somewhere, or, drag the bottom or get weeds caught up on anything. So, and then to arrive in that there might not be enough water level, that it's just become a nightmare. So I am in Hessel. And now coming into Hessel, I had to navigate with the buoy system and navionics. So I'll do the same. There's some shallow water in here. It's actually marked as land, but it's underwater, it seems. But yeah, it must be really close to the surface. So I am just going to see how far we're going. So when I use navionics, I create a route, and I more or less stick to it. But of course, sailing, I need to tack or jibe, and so I can't go just straight on the line, but it's a guideline, and I try to plot it out so that it avoids any low area, and then as I'm going, it's on my phone, and I can just keep it open, stick close to the course. If I see something, I can like if I see something visually, of course, I can stay away from it, but which you need to do anyway because other boats, whatever. But this gives me a guideline to go off of, and yeah, pretty good guideline, I think. Just change that a little. So of course the shortest distance between two places is a straight line, so I also try to just not go out of my way. But yeah, so that's more or less. So here we go. So that's what I'm doing today. I think I'm in Lake Huron and didn't realize it. I was considering that I was still in Lake Michigan, but I guess when I went under the Mackinac Bridge, it became Lake Huron. Wow. 30 nautical miles. So 30 divided by 5. So looking at probably 6 hours of travel today. So it's going to be a long day. It's 8 o'clock already. Let's have a look at the weather. So right now we're looking at the wave height. Well, that's 8 o'clock tonight. So bring it back. Where am I? Oh, it's for some reason it's over on Monday. Okay, so Saturday. All right, 846, 0.1 of a meter. So what is that? 1 foot, a little less than 1 foot. Probably more because it seems like predict wind is way off with waves in the lakes. Not way off, but usually it's, I would say, add a foot. 0.2 meters at 3 o'clock, so probably 0.3. And then drop down again, that's Sunday morning. So let's just check. I'm gonna come over here. These straits, these passages, they seem to funnel the wind and be the most interesting. But okay, that's fine. So waves look okay. Wind, I'm gonna put on gust map because it'll show me both the wind and gusts. So that's Sunday, go back Saturday. So it seems pretty light wind. So 5 knots, gusting 7. Over here, 6 knots, gusting 8. $12, 8 knots, gusting 10. 10 knots, gusting 13. 12 knots, gusting 15 at 2 o'clock. So that's going to be, that'll be interesting in there. And then it drops down. So 15 knots is, 15 knot gusts is pushing it. It'll start to be uncomfortable around there. So 5 o'clock. And we start dying down again. So if I leave here at 9 o'clock and it's 6 hours, so it'd be 3 o'clock around the time I get near there. So, yeah, well, still tired. I slept till 7, usually wake up at 6. And yeah, I'm gonna go to Detour today. I'm gonna stay there a couple days, get caught up on sleep a little bit. And yeah, I need it. I need to get caught up on sleep, get caught up on rest. It's interesting, you know, you're sailing and I don't know, maybe you think, obviously, Jason, but for me, I'm sailing, or I think of sailing, and I don't think of it being, physically laborsome. But it's pretty tiring. It's a combination of the sun, the wind, fresh air, and then, holding the tiller all day, standing a lot of the day, standing with everything moving. So, your core is engaging to stabilize yourself. Doing the lines for the sails. Yeah, my body, not bad. Like my hands feel a little tired, my shoulders, my back, my legs. I was gonna say, not too bad, not much of me. But I think, I guess I'm reviewing how my body feels. Yeah, my hands, my arms, my back, my eyes, my legs. Yeah, I guess I'm all up. Pretty tired. So, yeah, one more longish day, and then, yeah, get some rest in a Detour. Now that I'm in the north, it's the first time, but last night I had mosquitoes in the cabin, and that sucks, but not bad. I just noticed another one just flew in, so it'll be interesting to see how it is in the coming days. Just entering into the beginning of June, and from my canoe tripping, I always find that the first week of June is usually okay, and then the bugs just go crazy and you have everything, tons of mosquitoes, tons of black flies, and that lasts for a good month or two. So anyway, I'm gonna finish up. I already got cleaned up. Check my gas, check my lines, check my power. Really, I'm not running anything as I'm sailing. I have my bilge pump, and so I turn that on, but I'm not taking on any water at the moment, I don't think. So, and if I am, just a little bit. So that's good. Yeah, I've been checking. I check you know, 2 or 3 times a day to see what the water level's like in the bilge, and I just have like a tiny little bit and it stays consistent. So I might sponge that out later today. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling. Anyway, I have my coffee and get out of here. Okay, so I just went and finished organizing my lines. I was set up for port side docking with the bow line, and tonight I'm heading into a starboard, so I just switched that line over. I also forgot I had my main halyard tied over, and just to prevent it from slapping around against the mast last night, so I removed that. I do still have my stern line that I'll need to move, but right now I have my main sheet tied to my starboard aft cleat there, so I'm just going to leave it for now, and I'll prepare that when I get closer to where am I going? Closer to Detour. Nice day, a little bit overcast, but yeah, also clear. It's good. I've got a headwind, so we'll see how that is. I think it might be you know, a little exciting later on, but right now it's not too bad. Winds are pretty light. Just looking at my course and saw that it travels across Pomeroy Reef, so I just made a course adjustment. Should take me well south of it. I'm still running by motor. I'm heading close hauled right now. It kind of sucks. I'm hoping that when I get to my next navigation point and turn to port, that I'll be more of a close reach and should be able to put up the mainsail. I just need to be careful with getting close to this reef, but I think I've got enough distance. Also considering that I might use the head sail today. Yeah, I just have to decide which one. What I know is the waves are going to be getting higher and I'm going to be entering into a traffic lane. So maybe using my head sail will be better, easier. Technically speaking, I should be able to furl it in. But of course I had the problem with the furler the other day. I believe it's fixed. But yeah, anyway, I just need to make the decision. The waves are going to be increasing in size by the time I get to the traffic lane. So it's those two things, just the wave size, the wind speed will be higher. Would be easier for me to just stay back in the cockpit to
furl and unfurl the head sail than need to go up to the mast. But let's see what it's like when I get past this next marker. Turn away from the wind a little. Get sailing into a close reach, hopefully. So I am just passing through these reef points here. Martin Reef is a little bit ahead of me. I am motoring right now pretty much head to wind. I could be in irons if I put the sail out, but I think that I can get us going on a like close haul, close reach, really tight into the wind. And looking at the depths of the reef, I think that it's okay for me to try here. So I'm going to put out the head sail, and yeah, hopefully I'm able to catch a little bit of wind. pace right now. I'm sailing at 3.5 knots. Yeah, 3.4, 3.6, 3.5. I will arrive at 8 o'clock tonight, and it will be 11 hours of motoring, sailing. But I'm gonna keep sailing for a while, give the engine a bit of a break, save some gas. I'm not in any hurry. The winds are expected to pick up. And when they do, I should be able to increase speed. Really, I probably only have a couple hours to sail before I get closer to the channel. So yeah, I'll just take my time, have a little sail, a little bit of quiet from the engine. So yeah, things are good. So I am motor sailing at the moment. I just have the throttle on like the lowest setting. But yeah, the winds were practically nothing. Had to do a few tacks. So now I'm just kind of heading out a little further. Seems like for some reason there's more wind away from land, even though the wind is coming from the opposite direction. So anyway, I think I'm just gonna play with it for a while, see what I can do, and yeah, if sailing doesn't work out, I'll switch back to the motor and motor the rest of the way. I'm only doing 2.5 knots right now. Yeah, my ETA would be 8:30, so kind of interesting. There's a marker buoy up ahead, and if it was blue, it would look like the TARDIS. So just over my shoulder there is a nice cutter rigged boat. Right now they are the stand-on vessel. We're both sailing, and they are to leeward. So I'm okay right now. I don't believe we are on a collision course. I'm going to just maintain my course. There's plenty of distance, and I'll do a tack in a moment anyway. With all 3 sails up, they're going to be moving a lot faster than me. Nice looking boat. Just had a problem with my navionics. It froze on me and had me pointing in the wrong direction, and yeah, that's no good. So anyway, I had to shut off the phone completely and start it up again, but it seems like we're showing proper data now, so that's good. Navionics. Finding a bit more wind now. We're doing 3.5 knots at the moment, 3.6. Yeah, I need to make my tacks much wider, so I'm sailing almost on a beam reach. Feel the wind in my right eye at the moment, you know, so but a little bit of my ear as well. So anyway, yeah, it's okay. I'll keep going like this for now. Navionics is giving me all kinds of crazy information, so I don't know if my speed is accurate. It says that my arrival time will be 10:30 in the morning, and now 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, between unpredictable wind and navionics, it's kind of interesting navigating. decided to put the sails away, start motoring. Wouldn't have been a minute after back in the cockpit and running the motor, wave height increased immensely. Probably can't see, but got at least 1 meter waves at the moment. You know, some of them are only probably 2 feet, but I would say some of them are probably 4 feet as well, maybe even 5. That one there. That one there. So, yeah. So I'm motoring along, still head to wind into the waves. Normally I would get 5 knots out of the motor. Currently doing around 4. So my ETA to arrival now in the marina is 5:30. So that's good. Approaching the entryway to Detour Passage, which goes up from Lake Huron, which I'm on right now, up to Sault Ste. Marie. I have about 50 minutes, an hour more to go. I have the first marker, large, like a lighthouse up ahead. The sea state has gone kind of weird, to be honest. A while ago it seemed like the boat was sitting lower, and you know, to the point I had to look down to see if the boat was half full of water or something. But the sea seems to have lowered the wave height, but traveling is slow. And there's a lot of chop. So I think that the height of the waves has decreased, but probably more frequent waves. Just giving the outboard a bit of work. It's handling well. So the depth is a little low between the lighthouse and land, sure. I am gonna cut between, but I'm gonna wait until I'm much closer to the lighthouse where the depths look good. There is some traffic out here. A few sailboats and a freighter went down not long ago. So I'm gonna have to really keep my head on a swivel as I enter into the passage here. Okay, so I made it. I'm in Detour. So I'm gonna spend a couple nights here, catch up on some rest, a little bit of work, and head out further into the North Channel. And that'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching.